On this very last day of the month, it is Halloween, October 31st. At Horse Meadows Senior Center in North Haverhill, enjoy stuffed pepper casserole with rice, peas. Again, it's stuffed pepper casserole with rice and peas at Horse Meadows Senior Center in North Haverhill.
The Orangey Senior Center in the Bradford Community Building is open and serving congregate meals on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. The meal for this Friday, October 31st, will be pork roast, mashed potato, Tuscan blend veggies, and dessert. Call by 11:30 for a grab-and-go meal, 802-222-4782. For those 60 and over, the suggested donation per meal is $5. For those under 60, the cost per meal is $8.
On the menu at the West Barnett Senior Meal Site for Friday, October 31st. Sweet and sour meatballs, rice, broccoli, salad, homemade roll, and carrot cake. In-house dining starts at 11:30 a.m. Takeout orders are required by calling 603-638-4002.
Whether they are currently serving or an American veteran, remember to salute our fighting men and women of the American military. They are our friends, family, and neighbors, and take time to show how much we appreciate them risking their lives for ours. This message from McCormick & Company, located in St. Johnsbury. For all your business tax and individual taxes, call 802-748-4914. McCormick & Company reminds us to salute our troops. Hey, good morning. We're 7 minutes after 6, 48 degrees, a little drizzle with us. Not quite as raw feeling as it was yesterday at this time. And so we woke up to a frost the last couple of mornings. Not this morning. It's, like I said, 48 degrees, a little drizzle. It is cloudy. Taking a look at the weather the first time around here, it's being brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brick Materials in East Drygate and also at 596 Cross Road in Waterford. Call Darcy at 802-633-4122 and start lining up your projects today.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brick Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat, plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches, Manchester Brick Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you. And we'll be chatting with the Fairbanks Museum shortly after 7:30 this morning, a little bit more detailed weather with Mark, and see what actually has happened during the month of October as we roll into November. On this last day of October, it is Halloween. That's the weather. It's brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials. Call Darcy at 802-633-4122. As Manchester Brick Materials has two convenient locations, 596 Cross Road, Waterford, and also Route 5 Northeast Drygate. 802-633-4122. Be sure to call Darcy and start lining up your projects. We're about 10 minutes after 6 and 48 degrees.
It is about that time of month where we get to talk to April from the Trendy Times.
Hi, everyone. I hope everybody's been having a good couple weeks.
You are, and so as everybody knows, this is pre-recorded.
Yes.
This is recorded on a Thursday afternoon. And April showed up to the studio wearing devil horns.
Being my true self. I can't help it. I get around Halloween and I go crazy.
See, look at this. See, and it is Happy Halloween. You're in South Reigate. Do you guys have trick-or-treaters?
A little bit. We don't have as many as I had originally wanted to have, but it's gotten more over the years. And I've been there, I think, 5 years. So it's been a lot.
What was your favorite?
Lately.
What was your favorite candy you're getting when trick or treating growing up?
Oh, let's see. Reese's peanut butter cups, of course.
Jeez.
Duh.
Yeah, I know.
That's a silly question, Josh.
I have to agree. And I know at the one of the Wells River Savings Bank, they always have that candy dish right there. Mm-hmm. And I do. I don't paw through it all. Like I don't get aggressive, but if I do see a Reese's peanut butter cup kind of like hanging out in the corner underneath a couple, I'll dig it out. But
Of course you will.
yeah, see,
You've got your paws all over
I
it.
like some of that. Just great. Grab a couple pieces of good road candy. When you're
absolutely.
driving around.
Yep.
Yep. And so coming up next then is going to be with the Trendy Times is like you're getting towards right after Halloween. It's Christmas.
No.
Everything's all Christmas season. Though.
Well, yes, but no, there's Thanksgiving in there.
Of course, there is Thanksgiving in there, but looking at it from the perspective of when you're getting in some of those stories coming in, and some of those holiday events are going to be a lot. Seeing that in the Trendy Times, where there'll be like some Christmas musicals, there'll be some Christmas
absolutely,
plays.
but you can't forget Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Because they have a lot of churches that have the meals, and yeah.
And that's the thing. The Trendy Time covers all that stuff
Oh
too.
yeah. We really want to know what's going on in the community.
Right. Yep.
And the fun things to do.
Yes, exactly. And that's what the Trendy Times is good at, is just like letting everybody know all the fun stuff that's happening and all the arts and entertainment that's happening.
So we are going to be, so as most of you have noticed, the paper has gone down to 8 pages, and that is only temporary. So I can figure out the next step, which is going to end up being more towards the entertainment part of it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and we here in the Upper Valley and in like the southern part of the Northeast Kingdom and over there in Grafton County, there's tons of events that are happening.
Absolutely. Happening every day.
Right. And it'd be great. And you guys also have those community events calendars there, so people can actually just take that piece out of the Trendy Times, hang it on your fridge.
Yep.
And just let people know that you can just see all the events. And especially as we're getting towards the winter season, giving people reasons to get out of the house is going to be really important.
That is so important because it becomes depression time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yes. That's when you really need to take your vitamin D.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And soak up as much sun as possible.
Yes.
When it's out.
Yeah.
When it peaks.
So any letters to the editor coming in?
Yes. 1, possibly 2.
Okay.
I did skim over the emails and saw that there was one definitely from Dad.
Okay.
But then I think there was another one that somebody sent me. So I've got to send it to him.
Right. Yeah. And it's great, too, is like with the Trendy Times, there's all these kind of little Easter eggs hidden. Like I know when your dad puts in something in the clock that always says something different. And
oh, yeah. I know. I've been lacking on that. Yep, slacking just a little bit. Hey, I'm getting the paper done, so we can't expect much more from me.
And that's great, yeah. And also, too, is like, as we mentioned last time you were on, it is the largest geographically reached paper in the entire area.
Yeah.
I mean, so you go all as far north as past Lyndonville.
Yep, Danville.
Yeah.
We go to, obviously, St. Jay, Lincoln, Woodstock, Bath.
Right.
Lisbon.
All the way
Fairleigh,
south. Yeah.
Fairleigh, Lyme, Orford, Warren, Wentworth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We go a lot of places.
So if somebody had like an event that they wanted to share with you, how can they send you, like they got a bake sale, or there's a play that they're performing, or there's a book club that they're working on. How do they reach out to the Trendy Times to let them know about it?
Well, I would email me at april@trendytimes.com.
Okay.
And you can also call me.
Okay.
And my phone number's in the paper. So they're both. So just pick up a paper.
Or even go online at the
go online for trendytimes.com.
Right. And then and all the contact information's there as well.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. We're talking to April from the Trendy Times. April, any final comments or?
I hope everybody is safe tomorrow for Halloween, and I hope the kids have fun.
All right. And dry. It's going to be rainy.
Is it really?
Yes, we lucked out. We lucked out the last few years where it's been a nice, dry, warm Halloween.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a wet Halloween.
I always remembered it being nice, and then all of a sudden it was like snow had hit.
Right. I do recall one year in the 80s when I was trick-or-treating in the early 80s where we actually had to put on snow pants. I do remember that.
Yeah, I don't like, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
coming
want
around.
the cute little outfits, like,
Yep.
and not have to wear a snowsuit.
Yes. When we are smack dab in stick season right now,
Yeah.
and it's perfect for the Halloween vibe, but yeah, you don't want the rain. Yep. So
Nope.
bundle up, kids, when you're going out trick-or-treating. So
And definitely make sure to be safe, please.
that's right. Wear reflective gear too.
Yes.
So. All right. Well, thank you so much, April.
Oh, you're so welcome, Josh. I hope you have a great next couple weeks.
Up until 9 this morning, a lot of folks we're going to be chatting with. Gabe Yaroshevich is up next. We chatted with him a couple of days ago from Wild Vermont Customs, sitting in for his dad, Bob. And right after the weather, we'll listen to that conversation, being brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And that's a really big deal, as in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus, that comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle.
Hi, this is Grace from the Autosaver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. Chevy has some really great vehicles like the sporty and affordable Trax, Trailblazer, and Equinox. We have the third row Traverse, the Tahoe, and of course the Chevy Silverado. Wells River Chevy. We also have the all-electric Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado EVs. We have something for everyone, and they all come with a Big Deal Plus. Stop by or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Hey, Lawrence, thank you. We're pushing 22 minutes after 6. Halloween today, the 31st of October, last day of the month. Trick-or-treaters will be out later, and the weather not looking all that good. So whether you're trick-or-treating, taking the trick-or-treaters around, or you're just out driving, be careful. Updated weather brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, part of the Autosaver Group. And that's a really big deal. Same great people, same great experience, and now the Big Deal Plus on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. And an update from Ted Cooper, about 7:45 from Wells River Chevrolet.
2-3 Celtics in Philadelphia tonight against the 76ers in Game 1 of the NBA Cup. Celtics struggling, losing more games than they won, barely winning other games. Jason Tatum's out. Jaylen Brown is leading the team. Joe Missoula.
I mean, I don't think he would label it a new role or more pressure. I think that's what outside people are saying. He's not saying that. He's saying I have to play. He just wants to win, wants to do what it takes to win. And, like you said, he's been playing well.
Joe Missoula, no question about it. Jaylen Brown has accepted the role of Celtics team leader. Brown always has something to say.
It went on deaf ears, but it takes a little bit of time. We still got a lot of figuring out to do. We still got to build some strength and just got to make smarter plays. So going forward, we got to grow, we got to learn, we got to take some of those growing pains, but it is what it is. Like, it's going to take some time. We lost 4 All-Stars last season between Al, Drew, Kristaps, and then JT being out.
Jaylen Brown, Celtics at the 76ers tonight.
Well, we're fortunate this time to have Gabe Yaroshevich with us, as Bob's off and got a big project that we might talk about just a little bit. Welcome. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Been 2 or 3 months since the last time we chatted, but it's nice to have a change, isn't it?
It is nice.
All right. So you are an avid hunter, and I heard the last time your dad was in here, you had success.
I did.
Right? A doe, a buck?
I got a little buck, but
Okay.
first one on the bow.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you shoot someone and you have success this season, you want to get a hunting plaques and stuff.
All right. So what's a hunting plaque mean for you guys?
So, I mean, we can do, like, anything you want. I mean, we have a CNC plasma table. So a lot of times we cut them out of metal.
Okay.
And we can put, like, date, name, whatever, weight, number of points, whatever you shot.
That's neat.
And we can do everything from, bears, deer, like, birds. Like, we do all my turkeys.
Okay.
So most of the time we want, if you're going to do that, it's like a Euro mount. You're just saving the skull.
All right.
And we'll build in a hook so the skull hang right on the plaque.
All right.
Right on it.
Okay. All right, your dad hasn't never gone into detail like that before. I've asked him questions, and so you guys have a different perspective on how it looks. That's really good. As we said, Gabe's with us, Gabe Yaroshevich. Bob's off, got a huge project that he's going to tell us about probably in a couple of weeks as they chat from Wild Vermont Customs and Wise Enterprises. Keep us updated as to what's going on. Dipped skulls. A lot of people are going from having a taxidermist do work to doing the dipped skull, I guess.
Yeah, it saves money for sure. Like,
yeah.
That stuff's getting expensive. I mean, I get it, but if you shoot a lot of stuff, it takes up a lot of space and it's expensive. So dipped skulls are just a euro amount that is cleaned, and then we just hydro dip it. So, we take a pattern, whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we can paint it, depending on the pattern and whatever you want. Or sometimes we'll leave it just the skull color, and we dip it in, and then you'll have your skull have a nice pattern on it. Like a couple of my skulls we did in like camo and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if your harvest maybe 10, 12 pointer has a nice rack, you might not do the dip skull, or would you in a situation like that?
I mean, I'd personally probably just do a dip skull. Like, I don't have a lot of space in my house for taxidermy stuff, so I would do a dip skull.
Even if it has a nice rack, then?
Yep.
Okay.
It still looks.
All right. So it's a personal choice then.
It is personal choice. Yep.
Do you have any of those at your Facebook page?
Yep, there should be 3 or 4. Dad's got a couple on there. There's a couple of mine.
Okay.
And we talked to Ferguson's Taxidermy because a lot of people go to him.
Yeah.
So if you want to get your skulls cleaned, he's got our contact info too. So he can send you to us to get the skulls dipped.
Neat. That's awesome. All right, so we've chatted about hunting plaques and also the dip skulls. Let's talk about maybe some holiday gifts, as Christmas will be here before you know it. You got some ideas there for our listeners?
Like, a lot of times people come to us, for gifts for family members or, kids or something that are moving out or getting a new place. So if you want like a custom metal sign or something, or if there's like a wedding anniversary or something coming up this time of year, you come to us, we can talk to you and we can make custom wall signs. Or
I guess from our last conversations too, if maybe there's something in the kitchen, you can get the electronics off of it and just the shell.
Yep.
You can dip that and do stuff to it as well.
We can dip that, anything in the kitchen, anything that can wet. So, we can take the skins off stuff, or if they've got like a project vehicle or something we're working on, you want to get it painted or something.
So man cave, she shed, or if you have a hunting room in particular, you can help dress it up.
We can.
And you have gift certificates.
We do.
All right, at Wild Vermont Customs. And you got some winter projects you might want to chat about today.
It's getting time of year. This morning there's a heavy frost out there. If you're putting your car up or your motorcycle up for the winter, and you want to get it looking ready for next summer, or you got work you need done to it, because we put in motorcycle lifts, we can work on them.
And you've got a super duper wicked expensive fancy tire change machine now.
We do. So we can change all your tires if you need that, especially this time of year starting to put winter tires on.
And from last conversation, as small as like a wheelbarrow all the way up to a pretty big tire.
Yeah, it'll go from a 6-inch rim all the way up to like a 24-inch rim.
All right, so that's good to know. Wild Vermont Customs can take care of that, and motorcycles as well.
Yep, we can do motorcycles too.
Tires,
yep.
Good. And what, 2,000 or older motorcycles you're working on?
Yep. So if you need something fixed or changed, or you want to get it prepped up for next summer, call us and we'll get you in the books.
Okay. So most of the stuff we just talked about is Wild Vermont Customs stuff. The final thing maybe is more your Wise Enterprises stuff? Is that maybe?
Yep, that's for Wise Enterprises.
So what's happening?
So we started a distillery project last year over in Ferrisburg.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a distillery and a specialty kitchen with bakery and making special like higher end breads and stuff. And we're starting to get there. The walls are poured, the roof's being put on, floor's getting poured, everything's getting there now.
How many big projects you guys working on separately now, though?
Right now, we probably got 3 or 4 going on, 3 or 4 big ones.
That's what I thought. And then you looked at another one, the Vermont-New York border, maybe?
Yep, we worked at that one a couple weeks ago. Just keep adding them up.
You got stuff happening. Because these are big projects. These are like... What do you call these plants? They're
food process plants.
Okay, yeah, so it's huge bottling, like bottling stuff.
Yep. Yeah, like this is a full-on distillery. They'll make the alcohol, bottle it. You'll be able to come. There's a storefront. You'll be able to come and purchase it. It's going to have a bakery in there. It's going to have a cafe. So you can come in and have dinner, food, especially early morning. It'll be open early for the breakfast crowd for work.
So this is big deal stuff, a lot of zeros at the end of the day.
There's a lot of zeros, yes.
Right. So a lot of the stuff we just talked about, you can go to your Facebook page and check it out, and also message your dad if they want to get additional information.
Yep. The best way to message him, just message him through Facebook.
Okay. We'll do so.
We're on the road, so might take a minute to get back to you, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, well, Vermont Customs and Wise Enterprises is getting busy. Gabe Yaroshevich with us. Lots of times it's his dad, Bob, but pinch hitting for him, and we certainly appreciate it, and we know that you're busy, so we'll let you head on out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Paige, an 8th grader from Hartford Memorial Middle School, is sharing Wise Words.
Sometimes we have days where everything goes right. We ace the test, it's Pete today, and we feel great. It's easy to share those happy feelings with others by being kind and helpful. But what about those not so great days? Sometimes when we're feeling sad or angry, we may slip up or say or do something that hurts someone else. Sometimes we might use our feelings as an excuse for why we're hurtful. But even when we're feeling sad or angry, it's never an excuse for hurting others. So what do we do next? We have to admit what we did wrong, whether we meant to do it or not. It's our responsibility to fix it. No excuses. What are some ways we can make things right? What has been helpful when someone hurts you?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives. To learn more, please visit our website, wiseuv.org.
Hey, good morning. 6:31, Friday, the last day of the month. It is Halloween. Be careful driving today with all the ghosts and goblins that probably going to be out later doing some trick-or-treating. Weather's not looking all that good. Let's get to it and check it out then. It's being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group, where every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus, a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Drive into Fall event is rolling full throttle right now, and adventure is calling. This season, tackle Vermont back roads and beyond in true Jeep fashion with a brand new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. It's yours for just $449 per month for 36 months with zero down. That's right, no money out of pocket, just pure capability, comfort, and confidence on every drive. But don't hit the brakes. These offers won't last long, and our inventory is moving fast. And get ready for some serious horsepower because the legendary Raminator monster truck is coming to St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on October 24th and 25th. See it live as it crushes cars and shakes the ground right here at your hometown dealership. So head to St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Memorial Drive just past the railroad tracks or visit stjohnsburycdjr.com. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
Stock number SJJ 25109. 10,000 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over. Tax title registration extra. Must have current Stellantis brand lease or non-Stellantis vehicle registered in household to qualify. First payment due at signing.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you. Coming up in an hour, we'll be chatting with the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium live on the phone. See what has been going on the last few days, maybe some statistics for October, and the Halloween forecast. We'll keep you updated as we do 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Compliments of our many sponsors and our meteorologists. This weather brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group. 48 degrees, it is 6:34. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, a conversation that Joshua Smith had with Marvin Harrison in regards to a Newbury forum that's coming up. So stick around, we'll be listening to that in just a few minutes, right? It is 6:37. Today is October 31st, last day of the month, obviously. It is Halloween on a Friday. And the weather's not looking all that good, so if you're traveling, be careful. You know, a lot of leaves have fallen, could be some slippery areas. Even if you're walking, could be some slippery spots. And especially later today with all the ghosts and goblins out trick-or-treating. If you're taking the little ones out doing that, or if you're not, but you're traveling, you got to look out for them, okay? We'll take another look at the weather forecast, but that's still a couple of minutes away.
Hi, I'm Brian George, Junior Commercial Loan Officer at Wells River Savings. What makes a good bank? For some, it's convenience. For others, it's trust. At Wells River Savings Bank, you don't have to choose. For over 130 years, we've been right here in your community. Neighbors helping neighbors, offering the financial tools you need, paired with the personal service you deserve. Whether it's buying your first home, growing your business, or planning for the future, our local experts are ready to guide you every step of the way. We may be your small town bank, but we bring the knowledge and experience of a big bank, delivered with a friendly smile you know and trust. Wells River Savings Bank, where community comes first and financial success follows. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wells River Savings Bank, your good neighbor bank. It's good to know your neighbors.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
We're nudging 640. We're sitting at 48 degrees at our Route 302 broadcast studios. A little rain going to be in the forecast for today and into tonight. We'll keep you updated 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Our meteorologists at the Fairbanks Museum and our many sponsors. I want to remind you, coming up shortly after 7 o'clock this morning, maybe about 7:15-ish, we'll be talking about Moosilauke book, The Legendary Folklore, Doc Benton. That's going to be an interesting conversation, and we'll have interesting conversation coming up a little bit later on this morning. We look forward to that, so be sure to stick around. We're taking a look at the weather again. It's being brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation, where they are fully insured. They offer land clearing services and many other services as well. All you have to do is call Chief and line up your projects by calling Chief at 802-584-3868 to line up your projects.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And brought to you this time around by Chief Crushing and Excavation, and they have it for you. That includes their sand, gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and septic sand. All you have to do is call Chief, and he'll help you out with your needs, no matter what they are. And Chief's available here in Vermont at 802-584-3868. 642, 48 degrees.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We have a familiar guest with us on the radio. It is Marvin Harrison. Marvin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Josh. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And you always wear a lot of hats in the community. And so the hat that you're wearing here now is that you're one of the organizers for the Newbury Forum, correct?
That's correct, Josh.
Okay. And talk to us a little bit about what kind of like sparked this collaboration between Newbury Select Board and the Planning Commission, and is the Cohosh Chamber of Commerce is involved with this community housing forum as well?
Yeah, I guess, a couple of us from the chamber, Darren Sherburne and myself, are, our chamber is constantly hearing about the need for housing from employers and others in the region, and, their employers can't find adequate housing for new employees, and when they're trying to recruit, it's a challenge, and, we hear that, and you were there, I think, last year. Our economic forum in December, was primarily dedicated to housing, and, we learned a lot about what was going on, and mostly in Fairleigh and Bradford, led by Jonah Richard and his crew, and so some good stuff is happening, but more needs to happen clearly, and we in Newbury are a little behind the curve on this, so we went to the Select Board and the Planning Commission and said, can we get something going with this? And they were very open and interested in it, and especially with the new state goals, I guess you would say. This can't be a mandate because they have no teeth, but they're looking to add housing units throughout the state, and they have given Newbury a target of 170 new housing units in the next 5 years. And, if you know anything about the geography of Newbury and the topography and everything, thinking about 170 housing units is it's a long shot. But we've got to start somewhere. So we've organized this forum, and it's going to be Saturday, the 8th of November, a week from this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Newbury Congregational Church Vestry.
So for folks listening in the Upper Valley, can you explain why housing has become such a pressing issue here in Newbury and the surrounding area?
Well, I mean, number one, the single-family home price is probably averaging in the $350,000 to $400,000 range, $400,000 range, or maybe more right now. And the typical worker here just can't afford that, and apartments and renting houses have even gone, very gone high with the marketplace, and it's just there just isn't enough housing for what we need, and we also need to have different kinds of housing. So, hopefully this forum will, put out on the table what's possible, what housing is. I mean, there's everything from accessory dwelling units, ADUs, to apartments, condos. I mean, redeveloping some of we have an awful lot of empty properties in town, and I think every community around here does. And how do we repurpose some of these buildings that we have and make it, provide housing, because it's critical. There's a lot of old housing stock that needs to be, renovated and or turned into multifamily as well. And so, there's just a whole lot of possibilities and a whole lot of needs. So we've got to try to, fit the pieces together.
As we mentioned earlier, it's like affordable housing can sometimes kind of be a polarizing topic. How do you plan, within the forum, how do you plan to balance the need for growth with preserving the character of small Vermont towns like Newbury?
Well, that's always a challenge. And, it's affordable and workforce. I mean, affordable gets a bad rap because everybody thinks all it means is Section 8 housing and low income and all that. But, workforce housing is affordable housing, and that's the kind of place that, a two partner working household, making $30,000 a year each or something, it takes a big chunk of that income in order to support any kind of housing, and so we've got to try to find a way to have housing that works for our working people around here, because we can't just have housing that's going to support somebody selling their house in Massachusetts and coming up here with $1 million in their pocket that they can pay cash for. That's not what there's always going to be some of that because we have such a wonderful place to live, but it's we kind of have places for the young families and not just young families that are working families.
So for anyone listening who wants to attend or tune in by Zoom, what's the best way for them to get involved, and what kind of input are you hoping they'll bring to the table?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we will have a Zoom option, but it's great to be anywhere in person if you can. It's at the Newbury Congregational Church Vestry on Saturday, the 8th of November at 11 a.m. If you want to connect by Zoom, I guess our press release has that information in it. I don't want to try to give the Zoom information over the air because I don't think I could do it very well. But if you're looking for a Zoom contact, you can call me at 866-3320 or email me at mharrison91253@gmail. But I think you'll also see it in press releases in the Bridge and the JO and so forth. So yeah, I mean, and you don't have to be from Newbury. I mean, every single one of our towns is in the same position. So all of anybody within your listening area, all of our towns need to look at doing something with housing, and so let's talk about it.
All right. Any final comments or messages then, Marvin?
No, I think we're going to have reps from the Select Board and the Planning Commission and Darren from the real estate industry and so forth at the table making some presentations to talk about the status of things and what the challenges are. And I mean, we realize there are challenges, but there is a lot of open land around here, and there are places for infill. And as I said, there's a lot of empty properties. So there are opportunities. None of them are easy. They would have been done by now if they were easy, but we've got to put our nose to the grindstone and get going.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Marvin.
Well, thank you, Josh, for having me, and I hope to see folks or hear folks on the 8th and bring your ideas.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
We're taking a look at the weather. 6:52. It's being brought to you by Farmway, and they are online at VermontGear.com. And these are their hours: Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 5:30. Friday, 8:30 to 8. Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30. So be sure to check them out. They are closed Sunday and major holidays, but you can shop online at VermontGear.com. It's that time of the year, getting ready for the holidays. It's hunting season. They can help you out no matter what. And don't forget to take care of your feet. They've got socks. They've got footwear at Farmway. Gear up for cold weather from head to toe with a trip to Farmway in Bradford. They're stocked high with footwear, clothing, and winter accessories to keep you comfortable no matter what. Their winter woolies will keep you warm and dry. The choices include smart wool and darn tough socks, Uggs, and Acorn slippers, minus 33 long underwear and clothing, Johnson wool pants and jackets. All this and more, including numerous world-famous names that you have trusted for years. Gear up for cold weather from head to toe with a trip to Farmway in Bradford.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And brought to you this time around by Farmway. It's that time of the year. You can gear up for cold weather from head to toe with a trip to Farmway. They're stocked high with footwear, clothing, and winter accessories. And as we said, it is hunting season. They can help you out there as well. If you can't get there anytime soon, you could go online to their website, vermontgear.com. Right now at 6:54, we're sitting at 48 degrees. Good morning.
The school bus pulling up to us.
All right, we're wrapping up the growing season in a hurry. 4 minutes after 7, we say good morning to Charlie Gray at Four Corners Farm. Morning, Charlie.
Good morning. How's it going? It's nice and wet out. I love it.
Boy.
It's so nice to get this rain.
Well, I guess better late than never, right?
Yes, that's, at least the ground's not frozen, so at least everything can get absorbed, and hopefully the river can raise a little bit more. It's really nice to have the rain right now.
Oh, I bet it is. All right, Charlie. So the farm has almost been put to bed for the winter, I assume.
Yeah, so we've gotten really, really close. So it's as we said last week, we did all the outdoor stuff. So we got all any plastic or our plastic culture, which are raised beds that we use to grow lettuce and a lot of our other crops on. We don't really want to leave. We don't want to leave a lot of not organic stuff out in the field for the winter, just because of the freeze and thaw and. We want the ground to be ready to work in the spring as much as we can. So, last week was all focused on getting the outside of the farm, the outside fields all cleaned up, ready for winter. And then this week was all focused on getting our greenhouses all ready for winter. And that's, it was a really good week. We were able to get all the greenhouses that got composted, tilled, and then we came back in with a cover to cover over the dirt, so none of the dirt in the greenhouses sees any sun all winter long, so it doesn't dry out. And the really crucial thing about tilling, we have a little hand tiller that we go when we till all our raised beds that are inside our greenhouses, is that it mixes that compost that we just put inside all the greenhouses. It mixes it in, so during the winter with the cover on, the earthworms will come up and they'll eat the compost and they'll poo and then they'll go back down and they'll do that cycle all winter long. So it really helps break down all the materials and the amendments that we put inside the greenhouses. So those will also be ready for next spring. I think we got all the firewood in. So we burn almost 20, 30 cord of firewood here in a season between all the houses and the greenhouses. So it's all that's put into the greenhouses, ready to go for the spring. The next sort of what we have left today, and then tomorrow, all of our guys that have been here for 6 months working, they'll go home to Mexico. So we're excited. We're sad to see them leave, but we're excited that they get to go home and see their families. So today's we're just washing vehicles and organizing the living spaces, and so we can get an idea for next year and be all ready. So but as I said, the farm stand is still fully stocked. So I mean, we have there's still cherry tomatoes and saladettes and big tomatoes. Peppers, eggplant. We got all the lettuces. So we got salad mix. We also have your head lettuce. We have all our processed stuff too. So there is pickled beets, and we have all the jams and milk, cheese. Whatever you could want, we still have plenty available. The farm stand still stocked, and we actually it's been a record for us. We actually picked strawberries for the last time on Wednesday, so we still have some strawberries available, but they will be going quick. So. If you still want to get a quart, your last quart of the season, feel free to stop by this weekend and probably today or tomorrow and, get our last quart of strawberries until we have strawberries again next June. I think we were June 2nd this year, so next first week of June next year. So
yeah, be here before you know it. What do you guys do in the off season? A little bit of maintenance, and then just kind of kick back a little bit because it's such a hectic growing season, Charlie?
Yeah, so outside of we have a little bit of animals to feed, but that's only like one person, like 20 hours a week. So we still have a bunch more work to do before we can really call it quits. So we got we got the fields and we got the greenhouses. This winter is really going to be about maintenance. So it's we built the maintenance building a couple of years ago, and we still have yet to get a concrete floor in it. So that's kind of this winter's project is to do all the preparations needed to put a concrete floor in our new building out back, so we can start. We don't talk about maintenance very often, but it was definitely kind of a hectic fall. I think we have quite a few tractors, enough so that you don't have to unhook it all the time. But when tractors, I think I had 4 tractors go down in 3 weeks, so that's going to be definitely the winter project is getting all the equipment up to snuff. So it's next spring everything's all ready to go. So we've had to keep a few minors, but one of the bigger tractors blew a water pump, so it's kind of like, if it's not something, it's always something, but it kind of keeps you on your toes to make sure you treat the equipment well, because it's the only way we'd be able to work open the dirt. So,
Charlie, it's awesome during the growing season to be able to chat with you. I know we'll do this maybe one more time, and then we'll start first of the year having you on once a month just to kind of give us an update during the off season. Is that right?
Yeah, because I get lonely. It's like when I can't talk to you guys every week, I kind of get lonely, and I miss talking to you, Stephen, and sharing the community what we're doing. So, it's definitely great to have a local radio station. Not too many people have a local radio station like we do. So, this is always something. I think we'll be on 2 more times because we fall back tomorrow night.
Yeah, we do.
We fall back tomorrow night, so that means next Friday at 7 we'll be back in the sunlight. So I'll feel a little eager to get up. This morning it was kind of hard. It was pretty dark.
It's pretty amazing though. When the first of the year rolls around, it seems like the shade starts lifting and it just starts getting brighter and brighter every day, doesn't it, Charlie?
Yes, we live in a really amazing spot. It was really nice to see Moosilauke with all the snow on it the other day, and I think they say 6 weeks from the time snows on the top of Moosilauke till the time we get here, or something like that.
Well, you just mentioned Moosilauke because from your vantage point there, the top of the mountain's really beautiful, and we're going to talk about Moosilauke the book, the legendary folklore with Doc Benton. That's coming up in just a few minutes. So if you've got a radio nearby, you might want to tune in. Okay?
I will. I'll listen to it.
All right, we'll chat with you next week, all right?
All right. We're still open every day, 9 to 5, so, come on down. We have plenty of stuff available. Just because it looks like we're packing up, we still have plenty of things available here, so.
Good to hear. Charlie, enjoy the weekend, all right? That's our weekly conversation with Charlie Gray, representing his family at Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. As we said, Moosilauke, the book, and, of course, the legendary folklore with Doc Benton's coming up momentarily. First, we'll take a look at the weather forecast brought to you by Crosstown right there in Littleton. Your local Crosstown is Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, home of the big deal. Crosstown wants to buy your vehicle. Demand for used vehicles is at an all-time high, while supply is at an all-time low. What does that mean for you? Your vehicle could be worth thousands more than what you owe or what you own it for. Find out now with their easy appraisal process and get a cash offer today. If you want to get out of your lease early, let them show you how easy it can be and possibly leave with cash in hand. Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat is also by your side whenever you need any car service and repair work done in Littleton.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. Update a look at the weather. Current temperature is 48 degrees. Not going to get a heck of a lot warmer today with temps maybe into the low 50s on this Halloween. We'll remind you again with the little ones that are going to be running around later, our ghosts and goblins. You got to be careful out there because, it's kind of slippery. You don't have the visibility we had. And with the wind blowing, the leaves flying all over the place, visibility is going to be a bit limited tonight because they are saying there is a little bit of rain in the forecast and it also is going to get windier. We'll have more details in just a few minutes when we chat with Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum of Planetarium right there in St. Johnsbury. Of course, our forecasts provided by them 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and compliments of our many sponsors, including Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. Doc Benton, good morning.
Greetings.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
You like Halloween?
I love it.
Yeah? All right. So let's talk about Moosilauke book, The Legendary Folklore, Doc Benton. Where did this all get started? What's the history of you, just a little bit, Doc, to get here and write this book?
Well, there was a young gentleman, who's in the book. His name's Stephen. He explained to me about the mountain and have I heard any stories of Doc Benton. I'm like, no, not really. So I looked online, got some information, looked up there's no book about it. I figured I'd write a book.
Is this your first attempt?
This is my first book.
All right. So tell us about the information that has been found in regard to this on Mount Moosilauke.
The information is, he was a doctor back in the 1800s in Coventry, New Hampshire. Lost his family. Went up to the mountain as a recluse and lost his mind because of the aura of the mountain.
Okay.
And, he decided he wanted to find immortality, which Stephen and Sean go up to his cabin, find a journal which is in the cabin, and explains everything that's in the book.
Okay, we don't want to give it away.
Right.
Right. So you're going to be doing some book signing here in the listening area in the next few weeks.
Yes, I'm doing some book signings actually tomorrow.
Okay, so it's posted in the paper.
Yep.
You also have posters out there.
Yep, today I'll be putting flyers out.
Okay.
So if you see, Doc Benton walking around the towns, say hello.
Where's your first signing going to take place, Doc?
It's going to be in the Warren Library.
Okay.
From 11 to 1 o'clock.
Okay. Do you have promoters?
No, actually. Stephen Diresta is the promoter.
Okay.
And he has an email. So if you guys are interested in, I'm actually trying to find an agent to help out with a movie deal.
Okay.
And that's what I'm concentrating on right now.
Okay. So what brought you to the interest in writing this book, Moosilauke?
It's just something that I'm looking at. I like movies. I like books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of Stephen King and things like that. Rob Zombie. It's just there was nothing out there. I'm like, I'm going to write this, and I want to bring Doc Benton to life.
Okay.
Because it's been talked about for over 100 years. Dartmouth College talks about it. They have one of my books up there. They actually have a book up there on the lodge, which when the hikers go up there, they talk about the book.
Okay. Do you want to give us a little bit, not all the details, but kind of dangle the carrot for our listeners to pick up Moosilauke?
Oh, it's a great story. It's about Doc Benton, the mountain, but it's about the two brothers, and they get their father involved, and they all go back hiking up there, and it's pretty good. It's like they get caught up again, because they kind of like lost touch with each other. And now they're back together, and it's a good story.
Yeah, so Doc, what did it take for you to put this book together? How long did it take you?
I started writing this in 2022.
Really?
Yeah, but I was still working at the time, and it takes time. You have to come up with imagination. You have to come up with a storyline. It's tough.
This was your first attempt.
This is my first attempt.
So it looks pretty interesting. I haven't read the book yet. Of course, looking at the cover and all the information you have out there.
Yeah.
What's it been like for the people that have got their hands on it so far?
People are asking
what
for
it.
it.
What are you hearing?
That they're looking for. I went to Hatchland at the fair.
Yeah.
And the people were coming up looking for it. I came here just for the book.
Okay.
And I have some stores that the book is at.
Sure. Let's hear. Let's hear where they are. Let's do it.
You can find Moosilauke, the book, at Three Bears Country Store in Wells River, Vermont. Copies or more. Newbury Village Store. Star Cat, I'll be there on the 29th of November. Hatchland Farms. You have Beauty Buzz, Swiftwater. You also have Apple Knockers, Shawnee's, Mountain Wanderer, which is in Lincoln, and Indian Corn Mill,
okay,
which
right
is
down,
in,
yeah,
which
right
is
here,
in,
locally, right here in Haverhill. Yeah.
So everything's basically local. You have Vermont and New Hampshire all mixed together.
I know this is on the heels of Moosilauke, but are you thinking about another book already?
I am.
Are you?
Yes. It's because it's like I'll just be laying there and like, thinking about things, and the information just keeps coming in. It's like,
Is there a possibility of kind of making a series out of it?
Possible.
Good.
Possible. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're dressed accordingly because there is a picture of how you. We're radio, so we're not television here, but there's a picture on the front of Moosilauke.
Yes.
Which shows how you are actually dressed right now.
I am Doc Benton right now, yes.
So if anybody picks up the book,
yeah,
the figment of their imagination will go away because they'll see it, right?
Yeah. Now Doc wants to give a little information to the trick-or-treaters today. He's like, if you're going to go by Mount Moosilauke, just be very careful. Don't go there by yourself, and always look behind you, because there could be something creeping up slowly, and you wouldn't even know it.
There you go. Some wise words from Doc Benton. So, yeah, as you just ran down a lot of the stores that it's going to be in the listening area, when was the book released, Moosilauke?
It was released September. Yeah.
Also, it's fresh off the press.
Yeah, yeah. And everyone's looking for it. They're going to these stores. I have all these stores that the book is in calling me, saying they ran out.
Sure.
They're looking for more. It's great. It's fun. It's really fun.
So if they can't get the book locally, is there places online they can get it?
Yes, absolutely. You can go on Barnes & Nobles, online, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon. You have Google Play. You have iBook. And I think that's about it.
Okay, so there are different places that you can get it if you can't get it locally.
Right.
And not only the work that goes into writing the book, as you said, you started, I guess, around 2022, but to also get it published, that's another maneuver in itself, I assume.
It's so much work.
Is it?
It's like email after email. Like right now I'm looking for an agent right now, so I must have sent about 100 emails out yesterday.
When you were doing the research to write Moosilauke, couple of the biggest surprises that maybe jumped off the mountain at you might include what? What comes to mind, Doc?
Oh, like the story of Mary. You know, like there was information that I found online, which I want to make it my own story.
Sure.
But I had to keep certain things in there because that's what people are familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have Mary in there. She's a young girl. You'll find out what happens to Mary in the book. How he was the prominent doctor back in the 1800s, and he just lost his family, lost his mind, and the aura of the mountain of Mount Moosilauke. The dark side just took over on him.
For the full story, pick up the book and read all about it.
Absolutely, yeah. You want the full story? I just gave you a little bit, but it's there.
Is there a digital version of it for people that have the Kindles and that type of thing?
Yes,
or whoever they do that nowadays?
You can find it, yep.
You can do that
Kindles,
as well.
Yep.
All right. Final words today might include what? Besides what you just told the little ones for Halloween.
The book is great. Great story. You will love it, especially on tonight. You get it, sit by the fire, and just read a nice little ghost story. Moosilauke.
Doc Benton.
Doc Benton.
All right, so maybe we, after the dust settles a little bit, because the book just was released in September, just a few weeks ago, we'll have you back in a few weeks and see how it's all going.
Absolutely, I would love it. And Doc and I thank you for inviting us down here.
Yeah, enjoy the day, enjoy Halloween.
And don't forget my walking stick.
Oh, that's beautiful. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Paige Turner gave me this walking stick. Actually, it was a gift from her,
really?
Knowing that I had to walk down here all the way from Moosilauke.
No kidding. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, very nice. Well, anyway, thank you.
Thank
and
you
good
so
luck
much.
with everything.
Thank you.
All righty. We're about 21 minutes after 7. We'll take a break here. We'll be looking at the forecast again for all of Northeast Vermont, Northwest New Hampshire, right here in the WYKR, Haverhill, WTWN, Wells River, and W286DE, Wells River, 105.1 FM listening area.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Auto Saver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Drive into Fall event is happening right now, and we're dropping prices like never before. All 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Big Bore models are now 20% off MSRP. That's savings up to $16,392. Whether you're hauling, towing, or taking on Vermont back roads, the tough and reliable Ram 1500 is ready for anything. You can lease a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab for just $499 per month for 42 months with zero down. No games, no gimmicks, just real savings on real trucks. And get ready for some serious horsepower. The legendary Raminator monster truck is coming to St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on October 24th and 25th. See it live as it crushes cars and shakes the ground right here at your hometown dealership. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
Stock number SJR 25178. Lease is 10,000 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have Stellantis Marine lease or non-Stellantis Marine vehicle registered and household to qualify. First payment due at signing. MSRP is a price set by the manufacturer and does not necessarily reflect the price paid by consumers.
We're taking a look at the forecast now. It's being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter what the weather is. They can help you out at Woodsville Power Equipment. They have the equipment. They have the know-how. They have sales, service, parts, repairs, rental equipment, and a whole lot more. And just most recently, they added Milwaukee equipment. Call 603-747-2322. Now is the time to get a head start on winter. When you're looking to buy a new snowblower, Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental has the best selection of Husqvarna snowblowers and throwers that can help you with the job at hand. All Husqvarna snowblowers have a two-stage system to help you blow away even deep and heavy snow. To learn more about the dependability of Husqvarna snowblowers and throwers, contact Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you. It is 7:24. We're still sitting at 48 degrees at our Route 302 broadcast studios. Updated weather brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Bobcat of Woodsville is on the lot. And they are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5, Saturday 8 to noon. And if you can't get in there, to 4942 Dartmouth College Highway, all you have to do is give them a call, 603-747-2322. That time of year, maybe you need your equipment serviced. Maybe it's all worn out and tired. They can help you out by replacing it with brand new equipment. They'll keep you rolling year-round at Woodsville Power Equipment. And don't forget, Misa recently added Milwaukee equipment to the lineup at Woodsville Power Equipment. Coming up next, we're about 5 minutes away from taking a look at birthdays and anniversaries. We come out of that chatting with the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium. As a lot of things are going to be going on as we head into the weekend, the first full weekend of November. Today being October 31st, it is Halloween, and we keep reminding you to drive careful. A lot of trick-or-treaters, we assume, that are going to be out later. And we need to look out for them. The weather isn't going to be all that great in regards to visibility. It's going to be kind of windy. That means the leaves will be blowing around, and there could be some rain as well in the forecast. We'll be updating you in regards to that in just a few minutes. We'll be talking live with the Fairbanks Museum. Mark Breen, our meteorologist today. We have a few things to run down as we head into the weekend before we check out birthdays and anniversaries on this Friday morning live with Steve and John, friends. You can join the fun at the Haverhill Memorial VFW Auxiliary Penny Social. It's coming up Saturday, November 1st. That'll be at the VFW Post in North Haverhill. The doors open at 1, drawings at 2, with raffles, refreshments, and more. And it's all to support our local veterans. And as we look a little bit further into the month, and this is going to be a fundraiser, a fun-filled casino night fundraiser. It's to support Hunter Strong on Friday, November 22nd. That'll be at 5 p.m. It's going to be at the Clifford Memorial Building in Woodsville. It'll transform into a lively game night for a great cause. Enjoy classic casino games, raffles, and plenty of excitement while helping Hunter Perry and his family with medical expenses from his recent accident. Come together, have a good time, and show your community spirit. Let's make a difference for Hunter. And I was talking with Nick yesterday, and it's going to be a big deal. So come on down and have some fun. And we'll be promoting that more as we get closer to the event. We'll also have Nick in here in a couple of weeks telling us a little bit more about it. We're getting set to check out the birthdays and anniversaries. But first, we'll remind you as we come out of those, we'll be chatting with the Fairbanks Museum, and then at about 7:45, as he does every couple of weeks, Ted Cooper will be checking in with us from the showroom floor at Wells River Chevrolet. It's exactly 7:30. That means it's time to check the birthdays and anniversaries on this Halloween. It's a Friday, October 31st, 2025. We have a lot of birthdays to pass along today. We'll start with a happy birthday wish to Michael Leaf, to Rachel Clough, Fred Kaiser, Leslie Keith, Kyle Booton, Gerard Casio, Marissa Patuan, Callie Bogie, Barrett Fulford, Mary Louise Demick, Emma Thompson, Daryl Clay, Scott Leverto Jr., and Josh Walls. We have a happy anniversary today. It's to Bryson and Melissa Thurston. And that's it. That's our local birthdays and anniversary that we have today on this Halloween, Friday, October 31st. Taking a look at the birthdays again. Happy birthday wishes today to Josh Walls, Scott Leverto Jr., Daryl Clay, Emma Thompson, Mary Louise Demick, Barrett Fulford, Kylie Bogie, Marissa Patuan, Gerard Casio, Kyle Booton, Leslie Keith, Fred Kaiser, Rachel Clough, and Michael Leaf. And happy anniversary today to Bryson and Melissa Thurston. We'll remind you we'd like to see the wishes sent to us, if that's what you're doing, at least a couple of days in advance. That way it gives us time to prepare for the day of your wish. And be sure and thank the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries every single day of the year at about the same time. And for your next insurance quote, or if you have insurance questions, be sure and reach out to the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford.
Distracted driving can take many forms, such as changing music, eating, or talking on the phone. But the most dangerous by far is texting while driving. Although it may seem harmless in the moment, it takes your hands off the wheel, your eyes off the road, and your mind off driving. A dangerous and sometimes deadly combination. Be a responsible driver. Turn on an auto reply feature or app that notifies your friends and family that you're driving and cannot reply. Or better yet, turn off your phone entirely. Please, pledge to never drive distracted. It's not worth your life or anyone else's. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is an independent agency that represents regional and national insurance companies to meet your insurance needs. The professional staff can provide you with the expertise you deserve to make the best insurance buying decisions. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. All right, now the familiar voice of Mark Breen. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephen.
Good. Of course, Mark, not with us last Friday. Good to have you back. All right, so let's get right to it. What happened during the month of October anyway?
Well, maybe what didn't happen.
Okay. All right, that's a good one.
Yeah, so, no, it was a kind of, in some ways, a very standard October. Okay. We saw, some episodes of frost right off the very first part of the month, and then we had some spells of warmer weather. In fact, we did set, or just kind of go back here on my record sheet here, we did tie a record high. That's going back on the 7th, 84 degrees, pretty toasty this time of year. Yeah. And then we saw the temperatures crash after that. After that warm spell the first week, temperatures were basically at or a little bit below normal. But because of that first week, we ended up with a month, well, we'll add another day to it, but it's not really going to change the average. We are coming in at about 1.5 degrees above the average for October. So, I suppose because most of the month actually was a little chillier than normal, maybe it felt like it was a cold month, but we include the entire month. Yeah. And the other detail, we had some rain this month. We actually had some rain. And so the month is going to come in right up about on average, about 3.5 inches for the month of October. And that's the first time since back in May that we've had a month that averaged near or above normal in terms of rainfall, obviously, with that drought. And so it's made some inroads. I was talking to a friend of mine who had lost his well water, and he has a dug well. But in the last week, he can see it coming up. It's not quite up to the intake, but it's at least coming back up. He was hoping for more rain out of this past storm system that we've been dealing with. Obviously, we didn't get quite as much as we had hoped, but even so, without the sun out there evaporating the moisture, without the trees using up all of that, now that the leaves have mostly fallen, now we're seeing the water recover a little bit in the well. So that was actually encouraging to talk to him.
All right, then From our vantage point here in Haverhill, looking across, we can see there's some white stuff on top of Moosilauke, and of course other people are looking at the caps of the White Mountains. What are we finding out in regards to Mount Washington at this point?
Yeah, so Mount Washington has had just about a foot of snow this month, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually only half of the average October snowfall there. So they average about 2 feet of snow in October. Now, of course, with the winds up there, naturally it blows all over the place. But even so, this particular month we've had fewer episodes. It's just kind of a timing of when it rained versus when it turned cold. But as you mentioned, the snow is starting to show up on the White Mountains, and I think that that's going to continue. As we get into this weekend, I think there's going to be a little additional snowfall coming along actually late tonight and on into tomorrow. So by Sunday, I think we'll see a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon, but I think the mountains will still be in the clouds. But Sunday afternoon, I think the clouds will be lifting enough that we'll see that. And so some white-capped peaks to look forward to on Sunday.
Yeah, hard to believe we're heading into November tomorrow. My word.
I know.
I know. Yeah, we tested Mark Breen a little bit here. I know that you've got records that go way, way back, but maybe October 1925, you got some interesting facts to tell us about?
Yeah, well, it a century ago. What was it doing a century ago?
Sure.
Well, October of 1925 was setting records for the coldest and the snowiest October on record. It was cold throughout the month. So I guess we'll say it kicked off with a snowstorm back on October 10th of 1925. 24 inches of snow reported in Stowe during that particular storm. There was a lot of wind with that particular storm. So just west of Newport, there was the road that goes from there and then drops down to Montpelier. There was a 5-foot snowdrift. Smuggler's Notch was closed, but of course, at that time, they weren't really plowing the back roads.
Right. Yeah, they were rolling. They were rolling them.
Yes, exactly. So, but it was just an incredible storm. St. Albans was actually cut off for several days because they just couldn't get through all of those drifts. So, all in all, is a pretty wild scene. And of course, it got capped off. So here it is. It's Halloween, and on this date, the temperature dropped to 5 degrees.
Really?
Yeah,
my word.
5 degrees. I know. It was. I was looking back at the records, going, "That's like midwinter cold."
But you figure yesterday and the day before, especially yesterday, I believe we woke up to temps in the mid-20s, and this morning it was hanging around 50. So,
right. Oh yeah, a lot of ups and downs this time of year.
Yeah, it certainly are. All right. Anything in regard to winter weather patterns you can tell us about?
Well, so some interesting information has come in during the past week or 10 days or so, just regarding what's going to be going on this upcoming winter, and it had to do with some winds, not just in the upper atmosphere, but way up, almost to the stratosphere. And so we're talking, about somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 miles above us. But it does affect us. And in fact, they're expecting some lighter winds up there. Why is that important? Well, if they have strong winds, it keeps the cold air kind of bottled up in the Arctic. But when the winds get weak, that cold air tends to kind of leak, so to say, and it heads out away from the Arctic, and we get those Arctic outbreaks, the infamous Montreal Express, that sort of thing. And so the idea here is that we've got what looks like a winter that will feature some cold outbreaks. Now, how the entire winter averages out, that not necessarily will factor, well, obviously will factor into it, but in other words, it's not that it's going to be steady cold, but I think we're going to have some pretty cold episodes, and we've got something to base that on, not only just what's going on but that I mentioned, but there was a similar winter in 2010 and 2011. And I was looking back at that winter here, and we had a spell back in January of 2011 that featured 3 or 4 nights in a row where it was in the 20s below zero. So that's a pretty cold spell. So we can think of those kind of Arctic surges as a possibility. And snowfall was actually well above average during that winter as well. In particular, February was very snowy that year. So, those are the kinds of things that I start looking at, but it's still early. I know a lot of places, including the Old Farmer's Almanac, they've put out their winter forecast already, but I have found that using the museum's records, the better way to do this is to take a look at what's been going on all the way into November. So, in the next, I would say 2 weeks, I will have a winter forecast for us.
And we look forward to that. All right. In regard to next week, what's going on with the moon?
Yeah, we have a supermoon. But I got to tell you,
right,
a supermoon is not a scientific term.
Okay.
No, well, it actually goes back to astrology, which isn't science. Astrology, it's the horoscope kind of stuff. People can try to predict their future by the positions of the planets and the stars and so forth. And so that's not something that I've ever gotten, into. I can't even tell you how to do it, but I can tell you that this name, supermoon, that actually came from an astrologer. He was trying to look for, clues about predicting the future. But what ended up happening is the social media has really grabbed onto that term. So now I have to tell you that the official scientific term is really boring as far as its name. It's called a perigee-syzygy.
Yeah. I like supermoon better.
Yeah, exactly. And, so I get that. But in terms of just, so we talk about this supermoon, and it's much bigger than the regular full moon. Just to give you an idea of how much bigger it is, if you think about the difference between a 14-inch and a 15-inch pizza, 1/3 of a mile away.
Really?
That's the difference.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. I'll think about that when I have a slice of pizza tonight, all right? All right, meanwhile, we fall back this weekend, Mark.
Oh, boy, don't we? Yes, we go back to standard time. I've heard various things because they've tried at different times to pass a bill through Congress to make it just one time, but nobody seems to be able to agree on what that time should be because some people like the daylight saving time. The problem is, and you can see it in the mornings this week, the sun doesn't come up till 7:25. Now, if we don't change, that means the sun doesn't come up till about 8:25 in December. That means it is pitch black when kids are out waiting for school buses. So anyway, there are all kinds of issues, but it's not happening. We are going back to standard time this Sunday. The sun is going to set an hour early.
Excellent. All right. It's Halloween. Let's find out what the forecast looks like for Halloween and right through the weekend, Mark.
Yes, indeed. And we got a kind of a classic Halloween forecast. It's kind of that spooky, dark, damp out there. There will be some off and on showers, especially this afternoon. Temperatures 50 to 55, but they'll start falling, and those winds will start kind of cranking up as well. That'll give us a period of some showers tonight, but it may mix with a few wet snowflakes late tonight with temperatures dropping down into the 30s. So there could be either a rain or a wet snow shower early tomorrow morning over the higher terrain. I think we'll see some breaks of afternoon sun tomorrow. Chilly day, 40 to 45. And then it clears out for late Saturday night and Sunday morning so that by Sunday afternoon, I'm expecting a fair amount of sunshine, maybe glinting off those white-capped peaks. Temperatures low to mid-40s on Sunday afternoon.
A lot of great information again from Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk with you next Friday, Mark.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you. All right. And Scour's Conversations brought to you by Hatchland Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats in North Haverhill. In North Haverhill at Hatchland Farm, the ice cream service window is closed for the season at Wicked Good Dairy Delights, reopening in the spring of 2026, Mother's Day weekend. They will continue to serve a very limited flavor menu of ice cream inside the store. At the lunch counter, dishes only, no toppings, no cones, and no sundaes, shakes, or soft serve during the off-season. They will continue to make ice cream and package it in quarts and half gallons for sale in the retail store. Hatchland Farms Wicked Good Dairy Delights is located in the Big Red Barn, Route 10, North Haverhill.
Look out, the flu monster could be anywhere. He could be right next to you on the bus, at the store, at the game, or in the conference room. Protect yourself with a flu shot. Appointments are open for ages 3 and older, or just walk in. KennyDrugs.com.
We're glad you could be with us this morning. Stephen, John, and friends. We're moments away from a conversation with Ted Cooper at Wells River Chevrolet. But first, here's what you can enjoy when you stop by Tuttle's Family Diner in downtown Wells River today. Their soup is cabbage kielbasa, and they're also serving haddock sandwich with chips and pickle, cup or bowl of chili along with a roll, the Monshar Farm mushroom Swiss burger with french fries or tater tots, spaghetti with meat sauce and garlic bread. And their seafood includes haddock, scallops, strip clams, whole belly clams. And they do want to remind you they are closing today, Friday, Halloween, at 2 o'clock at Tuttle's Family Diner in Wells River. We check the weather, and then we'll be chatting with Ted Cooper. It's being brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you very much. Updated weather. We sit at 48 degrees under cloudy, drizzly skies. Brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. It is 7:48. Ted Cooper joins us from the showroom floor. Good morning.
And good morning to you.
Awesome.
So one of the last dark mornings to drive in
True.
because of daylight savings time being abolished or extinguished as of Saturday night. So that'll be good.
It will.
Yeah.
So we fall back.
Got some rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get an extra hour of sleep. Nothing wrong with that.
Right. You're well looking better, Ted?
It is. It's the spring, and it is actually, since the rain last week, it has started pumping very nicely. Thank goodness.
Awesome.
And
good to hear. Good
the
to
overnight rain and what's going will help, and I'm sure it's helping a bunch of other people. I know a lot of people's wells have gone dry. Been a tough one. But anyway, on a brighter side, I don't know if you've noticed, but as you drive by, we got a whole bunch of brand new Chevy Traverses, 3-row, nice family all-wheel drive cars, SUVs, whatever you want to call them. Really, it's an SUV, full-size SUV. We couldn't get one to kill ourselves this summer, and now we have 7 of them, including 2 of the Z71s, which tend to be the most popular of the model. So that's really cool. Great winter car. And let's see, in trucks we got more HDs than we've ever had, too, including we even got 2 cabin chassis out there. I got a 3500 dump, a couple of box trucks, and in addition to that, we've got a great lineup of used SUVs. Check out we've got a Ford Bronco, we got a Ford Explorer, we got a RAV4 Hybrid, really nice car. I've got 2 really nice Equinoxes, a Trailblazer, a Buick Encore GX, even a lovely Tahoe. So you want to look at some good values. Everything has been marked down. Prices are marked in the windshields. And we got a bunch of good used trucks, too. How about a used F-350 SX Crew dually? If you need to be hauling something heavy and, for instance, taking your camper to Florida, that would be the ideal truck for that. Beautiful shape. I've got a 2024 Silverado 3500 Crew LT. I got a diesel half-ton crew LT Z71 and a newly traded 22 half-ton double cab. We don't have a lot of double cabs these days. It's only got 37,000 miles on it. And I got a 22 crew half-ton custom Trail Boss and more. And guess what? It's the last day of the month. I need a couple of more sales. So John Gilmore, our sales manager, has authorized me to take $500 off the sale price of any, that is, I will underline any of our pre-owned vehicles, but they got to get sold today and today only. And the hitch is, if you come to me or contact me and mention this broadcast, again, mention this broadcast, you'll qualify. The deal is, though, we got to qualify. We got to qualify. And we got to wrap up the deal today, at least on paper, by the end of the business day. So, hey, it's your money to save. So, please call me, Ted Cooper, at 802-757-2311. Set up an appointment and let's get you going on some new wheels.
Yeah, or better yet, yeah, and even better yet, maybe stop in and see Ted. But help us all out. Another $500. That's real money, Ted.
It's real money, and these trucks and all of our used stuff have actually been marked down. We're below market value. You know, we're not here to try and see what we can get away with. We price our vehicles honestly, and our trade appraisal process is very straightforward and honest. You know, we're not going to get into a prolonged back and forth. Again, we're not trying to get away with anything. We want happy customers who know they're getting a good deal. And if you don't think you're getting a good deal, why would you buy anything?
True. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We received word that the New Hampshire drought does continue and remain high. The outdoor burn ban has been lifted.
Yeah, that's good news. I know I've got brush piles that are very much in need of going. We generally don't burn until we've got snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, it's just around the corner. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, it sure is. Well,
hey,
at
guys,
least at least you and our listeners who had a well that didn't perform very well this summer, it looks like it's on the positive side now.
Yeah, we're actually able to use the washing machine again. That's kind of a big plus. My poor wife doesn't have to go off to the laundromat, and so that's good news for her. And remember, guys, it's getting late in the season. Let's make sure you've got shelter for your animals, and at least a 3-sided shelter for livestock and so forth. It's coming. It's going to get cold.
Right.
And they're going to be hungry.
True.
So don't forget that. Also, just a quick reminder, things are getting pretty backed up. People have been very late in deciding to get winter tires. So do not hesitate. Call and get on the list now. Call our service guys at 757-2311 as soon as you can. And like that. By the way, we're open here in the showroom Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock till 6, and Saturdays from 9 to 4. Service is open from about 8:15 to 5, Monday through Friday. So take advantage while you can.
Service right here in downtown Wells River at Wells River Chevrolet. Ted, next time we chat, we're going to be pushing the middle of November already.
I know, hard to believe. It's gone so fast.
Don't forget to fall back this weekend. Turn that clock back, all right?
Exactly. And by the way, happy Halloween. What are you going out? What are you going out dressed for?
I'm always scary looking. What are you talking about?
Yeah, me too. I look in the mirror and go, "Oh my God." Yep, I hear you.
Ted, thanks for the update.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the day.
You too.
Thanks. Yeah. Ted Cooper, Wells River Chevrolet. Don't forget, making that deal today with Ted. Ted only $500 off, an additional $500 off when you take care of the deal today. Stop in or give him a call. Ted Cooper, Wells River Chevrolet. Here we're getting set to check out the weather. First, reminding you again, have been notified while New Hampshire drought conditions remain high, the outdoor burn ban has been lifted. But be careful. Now the weekend weather, it's being brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. The staff members, they are caring and experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. For additional information, you can call 603-747-2714 or visit their website, rickerfh.com. Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care of Woodsville is a family-operated funeral home. Since the 1900s, they treat each family they serve as unique and special. Many elements go into creating a ceremony befitting the special life of your loved one. From music to the graveside service, the licensed funeral professionals at Ricker Funeral Home will navigate you every step of the way. They are available to help you plan a meaningful ceremony that will help your loved ones bridge the gap between life before and life after. For more information, visit their website at rickerfh.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, a steadier rain possible early, then showers likely, midday highs in the mid-50s, east winds becoming southwest 5 to 15 and gusting to 30 miles an hour late. Still gusty tonight, showers likely mixing with or changing to snow over high terrain, lows in the mid to upper 30s, numerous showers of valley rain or mountain snow on Saturday, again gusty, valley highs mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thanks. 7:58 and 49 degrees under rainy skies. Updated weather brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville. Locally owned, family operated. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning, it's prompted many to take the step to plan their own arrangements with Ricker Funeral Home, either in person or online at rickerfh.com. For additional information, call 603-747-2717. All right, there you have it. 5 minutes after, we're sitting at 50 degrees, a little rain, and nasty weather in the forecast on this Halloween. So when you're out traveling about today and even later, of course, when the trick-or-treaters are out there, you got to slow down and be careful and be on the lookout for them. Updated weather brought to you by Alarmco right there in Bradford. Be sure to go online for additional information and check them out and see what they're all about. All right, we're going to find out what has been happening during the month of October and maybe what's coming up in November. We have guests from Wells River Savings, Good Neighbor Bank, Sherri Perry, and Lorenzo Wilhite. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you very much. All right.
Hard to believe the end of another month.
It certainly is. And Halloween.
Halloween.
Is one of your favorite days?
Yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It is.
It's fun. The branches generally participate.
Good.
And it just makes it fun. Customers enjoy coming in and seeing what everybody's kind of dressed up as and
Right.
doing, so that makes it kind of fun.
Can you believe we're rolling into November?
No.
No, not at all.
October flu.
Hard to believe.
It does. You know, I know people lots of times say, you know, winter drags, but I try to continue on my bike schedule. I do a lot of pedal biking and also burn wood. So it seems like winter kind of goes by pretty quick because I'm always keeping the wood box full and all that stuff.
Yeah, lots of chores to do.
Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah, same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it just seems like it. You know, and it gets so busy. I mean, that's the
True.
other thing. It becomes really busy. You got the holidays. We've got family who flies in. It just
Mhm.
it just stays busy.
It really does. All right.
Which is really one of the reasons for today that we want to talk about is we talk about the holiday season, and unfortunately, as that approaches, the thing that really gets geared up is all the scams. And I think Sherri will be able to talk a little more in detail about some of the things we try to do to help or to make sure that it's at the top of mind to say, if I'm being asked this, does that really make sense? Don't just give out information. We're part of the American Banker Associations. Banks don't ask that, and that's what they're really trying to promote, is saying if you're getting, the other issue really is if you look at emails and phone calls, the bad guys are getting so good and all the new technology, it is really hard to tell, is this a legitimate email or not? And we always say, err on the side of caution. Don't put any information or click on the link. Call your institution that you bank with and ask them if they had reached out to you.
Yeah, this is the real deal. People really need to take this seriously.
Yeah.
Right. I was just going to say, artificial intelligence is really taking over, and scammers are using, AI to create deep fake, videos and recordings. They sound like real people that you might know. So obviously you just said, typically people are busy with the hustle and bustle of the upcoming holidays and shopping. So I first wanted to just define what phishing is. So some people might not know what phishing is. So phishing is when the scammer will send you an email or text with a link in the text asking for personal information. And like Lorenzo said, never click on a link. That's your first rule of thumb. But I do have a couple of scams that are going on right now. I just kind of wanted to make people aware of.
Definitely.
So the first one is part-time job postings. Believe it or not, people are looking for, might be looking for a second job to help get through the holiday season, extra money. fake holiday, fake online, part-time job postings. They're being used, and sometimes they're on legitimate sites like LinkedIn in efforts to steal personal information during the hiring process and to trick victims into giving them information. The other thing I wanted to make people aware of is charity scams. With the hurricanes right now in the news, as well as the government shutdown. Scammers are creating fake charity sites, asking for money. So I just really want to caution people to be, really cautious of where they're sending their money.
Well, as we said at the beginning of the conversation, the people out there that are trying to scam you are really getting sophisticated.
Yes.
And with AI becoming more prevalent, and that is getting even better.
Oh, yeah.
Each and every day. So if you're not sure, hang up. If your bank needs to get a hold of you, they will, one way or the other.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm going to say. If you weren't expecting the phone call, don't pick it up. I recommend just don't picking it up. If you get a text, just delete it. Don't bother. Because these scammers, they want you to call them back because they're trying to fish information out of you.
And they're very persuasive.
They are.
This is what they do. They're very persuasive. So even people that really feel that they're paying attention to that and doing it's just amazing how they can get you to believe things that you just shouldn't.
And the other thing too, if somebody's calling you and they have a sense of urgency, they're potentially even like threatening you. That's a red flag right there.
And I assume there's only so far you can go with your customers in regard to how you can protect them, because it's their money.
Exactly.
But you do your best to let them know that this is a scam.
Exactly.
We do. And I think the other thing, and Sherri can speak to that too, the other thing is if you think you did get scammed, time is of the essence.
Okay.
So in other words, don't be embarrassed.
Right.
Don't sit there and just, even if you aren't sure, the best thing is to give us a call. You can come in, meet with Sherri. She will help you figure out who do we call, what do we do, how do we get things shut down so that your account can't be compromised. But time is of the essence, and a lot of times people either get embarrassed or they just aren't sure and they let too much time go by, and then there's generally a bigger loss.
And I assume in some of these situations, we're not talking a few hundred, we're talking a few thousand,
quite
a few thousand
Quite a
dollars.
few thousand, yes. We've seen that, yes. So what I would like to piggyback on that is, if you have online banking, check it daily, especially during this time. If you have, when you get your bank statement, don't let it sit in a pile of mail. Look at it right away because, like Lorenzo said, timing is of the essence. And if we want to try to get some of it back, that's the only way to do it because there's time frames on those things.
Is the most typical way they do it is through phone scams, or can they also get into other areas of people's personal?
Well, the other thing too is like pop-ups on your computer.
Okay.
That's a good way that they'll try to fish you. They'll tell you that your computer needs some maintenance, and if you pay them a few bucks, they'll fix it for you. And then by that time you've given them, remote access in, and now they've not only got your information, but you're gonna have to get your computer scanned for malware.
I assume you spend a fair amount of time on the phone.
I do. Yes.
Because you are in charge of collections and you are the security officer.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
But what do those two titles mean?
So collections just means, if if you need a payment plan, we work it out with you, that type of thing. And security is just, mainly fraud. If you think you've been a victim of fraud or you want to prevent it, I can help you.
Lorenzo's with us, President and CEO, Wells River Savings, Good Neighbor Bank. All right, October, we head into November. Anything you wanted to share with your customers or listeners?
So I think our biggest thing is that we finally had the rest of the sidewalk of town replaced. So our drive-up was shut down for a couple of days so they could get that work done. And we want to just thank everybody for their patience. And we understand it was kind of inconvenience, but it's nice to have that done. I think it just complements what we had already done. So that part's good. Talked about Halloween. We've got the deal tonight in Bradford. You're going to be
trunk
doing,
or treat
right?
in Bradford at the fairgrounds. Yeah,
already did the one in Newbury and BMU. So a lot of that going on. We encourage everybody to stop by the branches and see what everyone has done for Halloween. That's kind of a fun day for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We have our pumpkin decorating. Today's the last day to vote. Yep. The employees decorated pumpkins, so those are fun to look at.
Yeah. Then we head into Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's in a hurry, don't we?
Boy,
absolutely.
It's going to be in a hurry, that's for sure.
Final comments from both of you. Might include what? Anything in particular?
I would just like to say, if you see something, say something. Don't be, like Lorenzo says, don't be embarrassed. Just speak up, because if you tell me something, it might prevent it from happening to somebody else.
Sure. Good. Sherri Perry, she's Collections and Security Officer, Wells River Savings, Good Neighbor Bank, and Lorenzo Wilhite, President and CEO.
I think for me, it's the same thing. There's nothing worse than for us to see that someone has lost some of their hard-earned money.
Yeah.
That is just really, really tough when you see that.
Yeah.
So we want everybody to just be diligent, and you're not going to bother us. Call us if you have a concern.
Definitely. And work with your local bank. Even if you're not a customer of Wells River Savings, you've got concerns, call up the call center.
Give us a call.
Definitely. Yep. All right. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Halloween.
Thank you.
All right.
Happy
good
Halloween.
to see you. It's 14 minutes after 8. We'll take a break here, see what's going on with Tom Cuddy. Be right back. All right, we're going to make an attempt at about 18 minutes after 8 to head to Bradford, to Valley Floors, and say good morning to Greg Hodge. Are you there, Greg? All right. Not quite sure, as we're having some phone difficulty.
I'm right here, Steve.
All right. A little delayed, so let's talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, so let's find out what's going on with the curtains and the things that you hang in people's windows this time of the year and during the summer months. Greg, give us an update.
I'm still busy. I'm still busy. I'm still busy with everything. But as always, I've got room for more people to stop in and have a look and see if it's something that we can figure out and make it work for them.
All right, we apologize with cell phones and digital technology nowadays. We do have a little delay in our conversation with Valley Floors this morning. Greg Hodge is with us. He's in charge of all of the window decorations. So maybe a little bit more details as we're heading into the holiday season. If people want to consider doing a gift card and have you come out and do some free measures, you could elaborate on that a little bit, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to come in or even call me and set up a time for me to come out and do a consultation with them for window treatments and give them an estimate, I can more than do that. I'll set up a time with them and and go out and do the measuring and give them an estimate and kind of give them an idea what they should use and what they shouldn't use. So yeah, it's still it's. There's a lot to it, so yeah.
And I know in our prior conversations that there's pretty amazing what they can do. They custom cut these, custom measure them, and guaranteed. And they also can control them with your cell phone through the apps that are designed to work with these as well. If you're still with us, Greg, maybe your final comments might include what?
Yes. We've done a couple of big projects. Well, we've done a couple of projects with PowerView this year that have come out really well. So that seems to be where a lot of people are going. They just want to be able to operate their shades, and you can do them with a remote or the phone or Alexa, or the technology is huge right now. So there's a lot to with, but yeah, we go and we set it all up for people, and they seem to enjoy it. So, we do a lot of that.
Definitely. All right, Greg, our connection is a little iffy this morning. We're going to make sure that we make our connection a little bit better in the future as we chat each and every week with Valley Floors in Bradford. We talk with Ryan Chase, Ryan Hollister, and also talk with Greg Hodge today. Meanwhile, Greg, we'll talk with you soon. Make it a great day, and remind our listeners again to stop in and see everybody at Valley Floors and see what they have to offer you, or give them a call at 802-222-9611, and they are also available on the World Wide Web. All right, Greg, thanks a lot. We'll chat with you soon. We're, like I said, 21 minutes after 8. Forecast for the listening area, a little iffy on this last day of October. It is Halloween. We also remind you as we head into the weekend, this is the weekend when we fall back. So I guess you gain an hour of sleep, if you want to look at it that way. All right, we'll take another look at the forecast, and then during that, we'll be making a phone call to North Haverhill, and we'll be chatting with Dana Huntington at North Haverhill Agway. 23 minutes after 8, we're sitting at 50 degrees under cloudy skies and kind of dismal weather as it will continue on this Halloween. This time around, brought to you by PTO's Repair, and they are your local Fisher authorized dealer. Give them a call. Call Paul at 802-222-6152, now at their new location on Route 5 in Fairleigh. Dana, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, good morning.
All right, Dana Huntington right there at North Haverhill Agway. Well, here it is, Halloween. That means we head into November in a busy time of the year, I assume, for you guys down there at North Haverhill Agway.
Yes, we kind of have shifted gears here. We're no longer in the planting mode, but for those that are planting or thinking about planting, it still isn't too late. As long as the ground's not frozen, there's a lot of things you can do outside, different things we talked about, liming or taking care of the lawn, taking care of the gardens. We still have soils out front. So there's still all that stuff. We're still kind of hanging on here. But probably towards the end of the month, we'll start to put all that stuff away. So if people are late, better late than never. So, as far as gardening and stuff, it's still that good. But, yes, we are headed towards the holiday season.
Yeah, so we talk about today's Halloween, and then we head towards, Veterans Day and Christmas. And you're going to talk about Christmas today.
Yes, we've been requested. So sometimes customers are earlier than what we want to be, but they are out looking for Christmas wreath-making supplies. And so we were out putting all that stuff out yesterday, digging it out, making sure we have what people are looking for. So Christmas wreath-making supplies. So if people are looking for rings or different types of sizes of rings or kinds of rings, we have those, wire, and, of course, all the decorations to go with it, the pine cones. We have some of the more decorative stuff, the glass balls, the beads, and different berries you can choose to put on your wreath. So, yes, kind of being forced because people are looking for the stuff, so we got it all out yesterday.
Excellent. Stop in, check it out as we prepare for the holidays at North Haverhill Agway. Now, I assume this time of the year, rodents can be a little pesty. Is that true?
It is. It's been a good year as far as people looking for it, so there must be plenty of rodents out there. But they are looking for a place to stay that's warmer than just outside. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to find and share your house or your shed or your chicken coop or whatever it happens to be if you're a little bit better situation than what they're in, so they're looking for a better home. So we do have rodenticides. A lot of the times are single feed rodenticides, or we have the multi-feeds, whichever. And of course, traps are always a great way to go. Different types of traps, they do build a better mouse trap, seems about 1 or 2 every year, so we do try to get new traps in. And of course, repellents for all those putting things away into storage or that. The Mouse Magic works extremely well. People are looking to help protect so rodents don't get into their cars or campers or whatever. And, of course, we have the electronic repelling, the Pesticator. We've sold a number of those over the years, and they seem to work pretty well. Those are the ones that you plug in the wall, and they go through your wiring and creates a pulse that consistently goes, and it just kind of irritates the mice or the rats. They don't, I tell people they don't run for their lives, but they get irritated or get bothered because it's a constant sound and they don't particularly care for it. So hopefully they'll find someplace else and they'll decide to go back outside. So lots of rodent controls and things to help people out.
Certainly. As we head into the colder months ahead, Dana, and some of the livestock animals that have to stay outside, can you help out in that regard?
Absolutely. Good selection of livestock de-icers. Most of them have come from farm innovators. Quality units, quality electronics in these things. So whether it's a de-icer, of course we're headed for the first snow. I noticed yesterday Moosilauke had snow on it. So what's that, 6 weeks, and we'll have our first snow that sticks. So that's what they say, I guess, or one of the tales. But yeah, so the cold weather's right around the corner for the de-icers, whether it be a sinking de-icer, a floating de-icer, whether it be drain plugs, somebody looking for heated buckets or de-icing buckets you plug in, it'll help prevent them from getting really cold. And then, of course, the pet bowls. So most of those different items, if you got a stock tank or got a watering trough, you're trying not to have to dump out every night or whatever. Stop in and take a look at the different selection of livestock de-icers.
Okay, as we head into the colder months, as I just said, some of the other areas we can help our listeners.
Well, of course, RV antifreeze. A lot of people have already put their camper to bed or whatever they're doing, cabin or camp. If they're looking for antifreeze to help prevent the pipes from freezing solid, we still have some of that left. And, of course, windshield washer fluid, whether it be the 20 below or the 35 below, we have a couple different kinds available. And, of course, 'tis the season. People are posting their land if they don't want people on. If they've had issues in the past, we do have posted signs. And, of course, don't forget the driveway markers. It'll be here before you know it, where people are plowing snow, trying to prevent people from digging up the lawn a little bit or the edge of the driveway. We have a good selection of driveway markers available as well.
Yeah. What about your selection of gloves? I know that you've always got a great stock of those. How you look there going into winter?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We've got it pretty well stocked up. We've got a few more that we're waiting for to come in, but most of the Kinco. We do have some Wells Lamont this year. We do have Deerfield Leathers gloves, and we're filling in, and we're trying to fill in different ones that people are looking for. So great selection of cold weather working gloves, and also some more casual gloves if people are looking for driving gloves or fuzzy hand type gloves. We do have those available as well.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the selection of gloves they have at North Haverhill Agway. Talking with Dana Huntington. Reading material, you have a fair amount of that too.
We do. We have a few books that people are looking for if they're looking to do some research on a chicken or cow or how to raise a sheep or something like that. We do have a few of those. Old Farmer's Almanac is a big thing for us this time of year. Of course, we have the paperback, have many, many copies of that. And then, of course, the Old Farmer's Almanac calendars are a big hit, whether it be the moon gardening, country calendar, missing one of them, but weather calendar. So different ones to choose from. They make great gifts, or they make interesting different types of people information on the calendars, depending on what you're looking for. So a great selection of that. So we do have a good selection at this point.
Typically, I guess, is it okay, like the 1st of November, to be that marker to start feeding the birds on a regular basis?
Yeah, that's always a tough time. If people have a difficult issue with bears, that's always going to be a bugaboo no matter what you do. But bears typically probably be another month, unfortunately, before they completely go to hibernation. But for those that do feed, sometimes people will put them out during the day and bring them back in before the evening hits. We do have a great selection of wild bird feeders. We try to get different ones from year to year. The selection's been slimming over the past few years, but we still try to expand into it and get some different ones. Even got good quality United States made ones. So if people are looking for different types of feeders, we have some to choose from. And of course, black oil is the most popular. We do have a great mixed seed. We have our own mix that we make up. And of course, plenty of things of suet, different types of suet. Try to find some real inexpensive suet so people can feed that. And then we also have a little bit more of the gourmet suet or the more select type suet. So if people are looking to feed the birds, we probably can help them out with some different things.
Yeah, and lots of feeders on board there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to find feeders all the time. So that's always something that I search for this time of year, trying to find different types of feeders.
Yeah, fun for you and fun for the people to stop by and shop North Haverhill Agway. And how can you help keep us warm this winter anyway?
Of course, the wood pellet season is upon us, and people are coming in. We do have sell an awful lot by the bag, so if people want to stop by, they're readily available, and then we will load them right into your car. So I have 3 different types of pellets. We have the Cubex, which is our old kind of standby, high-quality hardwood pellet, very, very low ash. We also have a Fusion which is a mix, 70-30 mix of hardwood and softwood. And then we have our price point, which is, again, excellent quality pellet, which is Orford. It's oak, maple, and birch. So it's excellent hardwoods to burn. And we do have plenty of supply in stock. And like I said, we do it by the bag. We also do it by the ton. And we can do delivery if that's necessary for people to do as well.
All right. Certainly today is Halloween. Chatting with Dana, North Haverhill Agway. Heading into a few holidays coming up. Your holiday hours might be what, Dana?
Well, typically we've got Thanksgiving we take off, and Christmas and New Year's. Those are the half of the days that we take off, but the rest of the time we are fully open. So people need to shop. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Saturday open 8 to 4, and Sundays we're open 9 to 3.
Yep. Shop local, North Haverhill Agway. Dana, enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, Steve, and I'm glad to see the rain. It's kind of a pain to deal with when it's here, but boy, it's a blessing that we've got it lately.
It is much needed, isn't it? Good words right there.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
All right, Dana. Thanks, Dana.
Thank you, Steve.
Bye-bye. Dana Huntington, North Haverhill Agway. Thanks for the update. We're pushing 8:34. Well, a couple of messages. We'll take another look at the weather, and then a conversation I had recently with Cottage Hospital. We'll be listening to that. Sharon, Pinard-Sisle, and Kuba. Kubkowski was in here. So we'll be listening to that conversation right after these. We take a few minutes every month to bring in Cottage Hospital. It's called Cottage on Call, and we always have a different guest, and we always look forward to chatting, whoever that might be, which we'll introduce momentarily. But first, Kuba, you're a regular, and your responsibilities at the hospital are what?
I do all of the community relations and philanthropy here at Cottage Hospital. Thanks for having us on again, Stephen. It is a time of the month I always look forward to. Always great to be here.
It is always fun. All right, who have we got with us today then?
So today, given that November is Diabetes Prevention Month, I thought who better to bring onto the show than one of our dietitians, Sharon Pinard-Sisle. She has worked with Cottage for a good amount of time. I believe she came on before to talk about other dietary topics, but I thought this would be a really good one, given that it's something that a lot of people, I think the correct terminologies are diagnosed with diabetes, and it's something that people live with. Some people, in some cases, it can be preventable or avoidable, and I thought she'd be a great person to kind of talk about what it is, how it affects people, and what you can do to mitigate your risk to getting it.
Sharon, good morning. Thanks for taking time out of your schedule to be with us today.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Diabetes and Diabetes Prevention Month as we head into November. All right, Sharon, introduction and background. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe your background in nutrition?
Sure. So I am a registered dietitian. It's been like 32 years now. I've been a registered dietitian, and I am also, more recently, a certified diabetes care and education specialist, which is just a lot of letters to say that I did some very intensive studying about diabetes and care for people with diabetes and diabetes prevention, took an exam, and became certified.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You see now why I brought her on.
Yeah, I can see. That's awesome. All right, so you had over 30 years. What inspired you actually to become a dietitian and pursue this line of work?
Well, I think I grew up in a family where a focus on weight and health was a little extreme. So, and it never felt quite right. Either people eating just overly concerned about nutrition to the point of not eating, or and crazy or silly diets. So I just knew then that I wanted to learn more. There was something like in the 70s that I knew that probably eating a grapefruit and a little cottage cheese all day is probably not a good thing. And so I wanted to pursue it more.
Okay. So, as we said just a couple of minutes ago, the outset of the program Diabetes and Diabetes Prevention Month as we head into November. What is diabetes, Sharon?
Diabetes is a progressive metabolic disease, and it affects it affects the pancreas, which controls blood sugars, and then when blood sugars are not well managed, so they're too high, your blood goes throughout your entire body, so it's going to affect your kidneys, your sight, your how you absorb food, and it's really can be quite overwhelming for people with diabetes. But the good news is it's not like it was, maybe 40, 50 years ago. It's you can manage it well, and you can live well with diabetes.
So are there different types of diabetes, and how do they differ?
Yeah. Well, there are, and I think when we talk about diabetes prevention, we are talking about preventing type 2 diabetes, which is, in the old days it was called adult onset, but now it's not just adults or older adults that are getting it. It's a metabolic disease where the body just becomes resistant to insulin, which helps lower your blood sugar. It's very complex, but that is the one that is can be preventable. There are things that you can do to prevent type 2. Then there is type 1 diabetes, which is not preventable, and that's an autoimmune disease, and it's really very, very different the way it's managed and how we treat it.
Sure.
So it's like its own. The pancreas just really turns on itself.
Sure.
And so people with type 1 don't produce any insulin, and they have to take insulin.
Yeah, as we continue talking, some of that's going to come out in our conversation today with Sharon Pinard-Sisle. She's the dietitian at Cottage Hospital, and of course, Diabetes Prevention Month is coming right up in November. Moving on to the impact on patients and also the community, how does diabetes affect people in their day-to-day lives anyway, Sharon?
It's just always present. Once you have diabetes, it doesn't go away. It can become well managed so that it is almost like you don't have it, but you always have it once you develop diabetes. And so people have to think about what they eat, when they eat. If people with type 2 also take insulin, they have to worry about not getting low blood sugar, which is can not good for the body either, especially the brain. And it's just it affects every facet of your body and your life. So it's a lot to deal with. But again, the good news is that there are certified diabetes educators like myself and physicians and nurses and other practitioners that can help you live well with diabetes.
What's the impact on our community then, our local community?
Well, I think it can be an expensive disease, either for the patient, depending on what medicines are covered for them. I think people with diabetes tend to get sick more easily. So, like when they get pneumonia or the flu, there's extra risk. So they could end up in the doctor's offices or even in the hospital. So that's just impactful when people are more likely to get sick. Sure. Or use health care.
Sure. Well, with you being the dietitian, Sharon, let's head into the lifestyle nutrition in regards to diabetes. And what role does nutrition play in managing or preventing diabetes?
So nutrition plays a huge role. We can start with preventing diabetes. When someone has pre-diabetes, that at that time you can you're still in an area where you can prevent getting it. So once you get diabetes, then you're into managing it well. But prevention means maintaining a healthy weight, and even if you are, say, quite overweight, even losing 10% of your body weight, which perhaps that might still leave you in a very overweight or obese category, that 10% weight loss can help prevent diabetes, as well as 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity physical activity, so movement of any kind. So those two things are the biggest things that people can do to prevent getting type 2 diabetes.
You being a dietitian, I'm sure you've got some tips in regard to healthy eating habits that can make a difference in regards to diabetes, Sharon.
Yes. The basis of what we eat should be fruits and vegetables, and there's a misconception that it's expensive to eat healthfully, but what eating healthfully costs is more your time. So it means buying either whole foods or minimally processed. So, even if we're at a time, like in New Hampshire and Vermont in the winter, we can't get a lot of great fresh fruits and vegetables. So moving to frozen, which are economical, and getting your fruits and vegetables that way, and then getting them canned is better than not having them. So, that would be the basis of your eating, and then some whole grains if you want to eat grains, and then a little bit of animal protein, and making sure to include plant protein. So you don't have to have any animal protein. And plant proteins are very economical. I mean, you can buy a bag of beans for $2, and there's many, many servings. But, it takes time. You have to soak them and then cook them. So food prep is important, and not buying highly processed foods, just, minimally processed.
Well, you've studied this a long, long time. As we remind our listeners again, Sharon Pinard-Sisle, dietitian, is with us today from Cottage Hospital. And you, as we said, have studied this a long time. How do you help patients make realistic, lasting lifestyle changes then?
Yeah, that's the important word to consider, is realistic. So, for example, if I am seeing a patient and they have never had a vegetable, in 10 years, or, to be an extreme.
Sure.
I wouldn't, we wouldn't start off with, okay, let's start with a vegan diet. So we would say, hey, you don't eat any vegetables. How many do you think you could eat? And they might say, I think I could have one a day. And so we do that at first. And of course, one a day is not the goal, but if we go to being ideal from being not ideal at all, it doesn't work. So making realistic changes, small changes, so choosing what the big goal is, like maybe it's weight loss, and breaking that down into steps. So a first step could even be, I'm going to clear off my kitchen table, or I'm going to clean my oven so I can cook. And that can be step one. And you get successful at that, and then you move on to step two. And little by little, it's nothing fast, but, within 6 months or so, you've met your goal.
And time can be a best friend. Just organize it, and with your help, they can reach their goals, I'm sure. With November being Diabetes Prevention Month, why is awareness so important then?
Awareness is important because it is preventable, and awareness is important because if people who have diabetes already need to know and be aware that they can live well. It's not it doesn't have to be like a sort of a death sentence like it people used to feel because they knew their grandmother lost their leg because of diabetes, or someone was blind because of diabetes. And it's come a long way in what we know how to treat diabetes and manage blood sugar. So being aware that there is this very prominent health problem of diabetes, bringing awareness to that and learning how to live well, and then knowing if you don't have diabetes, what can I do to not get diabetes? And it's highly preventable.
Mm-hmm. All right, so going to your primary on a regular basis, if you don't have diabetes and then you do develop it, they're going to recognize that sooner than you, possibly?
Yeah, I think...
meaning the patient,
Right, yes. Some people may have had diabetes for several years before they may have gone to their healthcare provider and to find out. But I think whether you have it or not, or seeing it's important, yes, to see your healthcare provider at least yearly and twice a year or 4 times a year, even if you have diabetes. Just whether you have it or not, sort of eating in a way as if you did, or as if you are preventing it, and moving in a way as if you had diabetes or want to prevent it. There's no harm in eating healthfully or moving.
Right. So Sharon Pinard-Sisle, dietitian at Cottage Hospital, is taking some time out of her schedule to be with us today. In Cottage Hospital's role, what are some of the resources or programs that are available for people seeking guidance or support at Cottage?
Cottage Hospital has another dietitian who works inpatient and also sees outpatients with a referral from your healthcare provider. So it doesn't have to be your healthcare provider's idea to see the dietitian. You can ask them and say, I'd like to see the dietitian. They'll send a referral, and Cottage will give you a call to get that set up. So that's very helpful. And then at different times there are there's the Prevent Type 2 program, which was developed by the CDC, and that is a free program when it's run. And there have been diabetes support groups, and I would give us a call and see what's going on at whatever given time, and there'll be something for you.
Yeah, a lot of great information you're providing our listeners today, Sharon. In closing thoughts, maybe your final message, what would that be that you could share with our community and our listeners about diabetes awareness and prevention?
Yeah. I would say, 2 key things. Maintain a healthy weight, or don't be discouraged if you are very overweight or very obese. Losing 10% of your body weight. So for someone that might just be, losing 30 pounds of your body weight can help, is proven to prevent diabetes, as well as moving 150 minutes a week. So just think of it as moving and not exercise. So just move more, whether that's taking the stairs, parking far away. Maybe you're at work. Instead of sending an email, go over and talk to somebody. Take a few steps. Every step you take, if you only have 5 minutes to move, that's okay. Throughout the day, it will add up. And just making small, reasonable changes towards a big goal. Nothing drastic.
Awesome. Great information today. Diabetes and Diabetes Prevention Month, November. Sharon Pinard-Sisle, dietitian at Cottage Hospital, spending some time with us today. Certainly appreciate you, Kuba, getting her to be able to share all of this great knowledge with us.
Yeah, so we'll be definitely putting out some more information, too, on our social media pages and our website. So anybody listening, if you do have questions or you weren't able to tune into the full conversation, make sure to visit our pages, our website, and we will have some more information about diabetes prevention, and hopefully we'll be able to restart some of the classes around diabetes prevention that we used to offer.
All right. Thank you again, Sharon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Have a good day. We look forward to our next conversation.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, final comments from Kuba from Cottage Hospital in regards to some of the things that have happened the last few weeks, and we head towards the end of the year. Of course we do.
Oh, man, it has been a crazy month for us. So the fall, we have several events that take place, especially right now in October. So we just had our annual fundraising gala at the beautiful Omni Mount Washington Hotel. What a great time. We had so many people show up. It was a great event, a great turnout. We're so thankful to all of the local support from all of our generous donors who helped us put the event together, or they donated gifts or silent auction items. Everybody was so excited when they came in and they got to go take a look around with and explore what they might be able to take home. So a huge shout out to all of our local support, and then some of the vendors and companies that we work with at Cottage who so generously helped to donate to help put the event together, but also help us raise money towards a new CT scanner for our radiology department. That was our big goal for this year. It's a necessary purchase that the hospital has to make. And gosh, you don't realize how expensive medical equipment is until, you're kind of in the thick of it, and you start exploring these things and you have these conversations with different departments. I was just taken back. I mean, like several $100,000 to buy a new piece of necessary equipment for facilities like ours to function. So we're so thankful that we were able to raise money towards our ultimate goal to get a new one, and thankful to all of our community for supporting us this year with our events. And then we had a pumpkin carving night too for the kids. Everybody was so excited that we did it again. We had a great turnout for that, and we do our holiday open house every year. Santa comes to visit Cottage Hospital at the beginning of December. So parents, if you're listening, grandparents too, friends, family members, December 3rd, Santa Claus is coming to Cottage Hospital. So mark your calendars. We'll be putting some more information out on our website and social media pages, so you can bring your littles. They can come down, meet Santa, let them know what maybe they're looking for Christmas, and hopefully they were good this year. Because
of course they are.
Good everybody says that,
good
right?
little boys and girls. So if everything goes well on the 28th of November, you'll be back in here and give us an update on the heels of that happening.
Yep, I'll make sure all the event details are put together, and we look forward to having everybody come out again and have another successful open house.
Okay, more details at their website, Cottage Hospital, also in the local Bridge Weekly Showcase, on this radio station, and other social media sites. You're doing a great job, Kuba.
I try my best. I appreciate the kind words.
All right, that wraps up another Cottage on Call. Next one is scheduled for Friday, November 28th.
Love it. We'll see you then.